So if you have a very strong passion of yours, if you have something that makes your heart burns of passion when you're practicing it, please be careful and avoid the trap that I'm going to explain to you right now, because this is a very tricky, and it's something that could literally kill the love that you have for the activity that you're doing. And I experienced that on my skin when I was doing judo, and I practiced judo since I was a little kid. I started when I was 7, and I kind of stopped for the moment, now that I am 23, nearly 24. And judo is a tough sport, especially if you practice it on a competitive level, especially if you want to be good at it, because you gotta practice every day. In the last year and a half, I trained also multiple times per day, doing either weightlifting or judo training. I've done some training camps when we were training 2, sometimes maybe 3 times a day. Very tough sport, tough on your body, it's tough on your mind. It's very difficult, and also on weekends you have to be away for competition, you have to be away for doing training camps and all of this stuff, so also your social life have a strong impact on it. I remember that I needed to do weight cuts, which are very hard on the body and also on your mind, and it's a very it's something that impacts your life all around. It's beautiful passion, but it impacts your life all around. And since it impacts your life so much, you start to become attached to this kind of identity. And you start to see yourself as the athlete. You start to see yourself as the judoka. And so, if you tie your self identity to an activity, you start to tie your self worth also to that activity. And what happened to me is that I tied so much my identity, my value to judo, that when I was doing good, I felt like I'm the man. I am the greatest judoka that's ever walked on earth. Jigoro Kano would. I wouldn't say he would jerk me off, it would be too much, but Jigoro Kano would straight firmly my hand and tell me that I'm the best man on the planet, while when I was losing, well, it felt like I was worthless. It felt like the only thing that actually was into my life, that was giving me identity, when I was sucking at that, I was sucking at life, I was sucking in general. So I was worthless when things was going wrong in judo. And it was very tough for my mental health, it was very tough for me in general. And here's what I want to convey to you with this article is, if you're passionate about something, be careful to attach your identity and your self-worth. And if you struggle with that, I have found a solution, or better, I didn't find a solution. I adopted a solution from a UFC champion that I wish I learned that before. But what I want to say to you is that I once heard an interview of Ilia Topuria, which is the new lightweight champion of the UFC, and he expressed a concept that I wish I understood before. He said in an interview, I believe it was his fight against Alexander Volkanovski, and he celebrated his victory before the fight. So he has all of this party with his friends and his family, all of these people, but he celebrated before the fight night actually happened. And when he was asked, hey, why did you celebrate it before you actually won the title? And he said this. He said, and I quote here, the victory isn't always inside the octagon. Sometimes when you put your best effort into something, you're ready for that. You don't always need to get the belts and all of that to feel recognized. The great lesson that Mr. Topuria has given to us is praise yourself on your inputs. Don't praise yourself on the outputs, because in the end, the inputs is everything that you can control. You cannot control the result. You don't control whether you win the fight or you don't win the fight. You don't control whether you get the job or you don't. You don't control whether the girl that you like likes you back or not. It's something that you don't control. The only thing that you can control is, did you prepared? Did you have you done everything that you could in order to reach that result? Have you put your effort 100% into what you've done? And if the answer is yes, then you can already celebrate because you have done all the necessary. The rest is not inside of your control. That's the reality. And so, if you want to have a better relationship with yourself and how you manage your passion, your hobby, your job, your sport, whatever that is, learn to detach yourself from the result. Learn to detach yourself from learn to detach your self-worth from the result, because you don't control the result. It's stupid. It's you're putting your self-worth tied to something that you don't control, and it's a bad strategy. Okay, it's a very bad strategy. Here's the thing. The video is over. Hope that it was useful, and if you have some more specific problem, if you have something which is more need more personalized advice, if you felt like this kind of advice was useful, please book a one-on-one call with me. There is a link in the description. It's free. I don't want to sell you anything. I just want to talk with you, understand what the struggles that you're going on, and find a personalized way to help you achieve your results. Thank you for watching. Aim upward as always.